So, hopefully you guys are doing okay today. We're looking at a method to factor out an expression. It's called the guess and check or the box method of um, factoring out an expression. You guys know how to factor out wimpy ones, and there's a video that you guys can look at that will go over that. But let's deal with something that's a little bit more robust. So let's first look at this idea right here in which I want to multiply these two quantities. One of the ways we talked about that was using something called a box to do that. And I say one of the binomials is the edge of one box, and the other edge of the box is the other binomial. So I'm finding the area of each square. X and x gets me 2x squared. X and 1 get me 1x. 4 and 2x get me 8x, and 4 and 1 get me 4. So when I add up all these terms together, I get 2x squared plus 9x plus 4. So something we realize is that when I multiply these two terms, 2x and x, that gets me the first term of 2x squared. Okay? And when I multiply the last two terms, x, 1 and 4, that's going to give me the last thing. So I'm going to use this basic idea to factor out what 2x squared plus 1x minus 21 is. So my first step is I'm going to put ax squared and c into the box. So if I look at this example, ax squared is in the upper left-hand corner. So I'm going to put 2x squared in this corner right there. And then I'm going to put c in the lower right-hand corner. So I'm going to put negative 21 down here. So that's the first step. Okay? The second step is to write down everything I can multiply together that gets a. So if I look at this, I have 2x squared right here. What can I multiply together that gets me 2x squared? Looking at this example, I know that these have to have an x involved. So x and x, because x times x is going to get me the 2x squared I'm looking for. Now, there's only one thing that I can multiply together, and that's 1x and 2x. So I'm just looking at 2. What gets me 2? Well, that's it, 1 and 2. Now let's look at negative 21. What gets me negative 21? I got negative 3 and 7, negative 7 and 3, negative 1 and 21, negative 21 and 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this information, these factors, in these areas right here. So I got to figure out what can I use. So I'm going to choose one. So let's just say I put a 7 here and a minus 3 here. If I multiply 7 and negative 3 together, I get negative 21. So that works out so far. So now I want to find out what this term is, because my hope in step 4, or in the next step, is to eventually get my b term. Like if I add these two together, I want to get the middle term of plus 1. So let's see. I get negative 3x, and then I get 14x. If I add 14 and negative 3, do I get 1? No. So that's not going to work. Even if I were to switch and make that negative and make that positive, I would get negative 14x and positive. So that doesn't work. So I can cross. Well, I can't deal with the 7 and 3 in those positions. Now I could switch them. Let's see what happens. So let's switch them. And let's just say I put a 7 here and a 3 here. Okay, so I can use a 7 and 3. So let's see. I get 7x and I get 6x. Okay, so it's either going to be a negative 7 or a negative 3. Which one is it going to be? What could I do with 7 and 6 that would get me 1x? Well, if I were to subtract 6, which would make that a negative 3, it would work. So I end up with 2x plus 7 and then x minus 3. Okay? That's the factored form. Okay? This is the first part, guys. This is question 1. What I want you guys to try to do is try question 2. I'm going to have a video on this. Just look at it. I want you to try it first, see if you guys got it. If you have not gotten it, please watch the next video for me. Thanks.